Welcome back to another episode of PTB Markets Weekly Breakdown. Our apologies for last week. We couldn't shoot a video last week because we had a lot of clients to get to, had a lot of students to cover, so we were entirely really busy last week, so we couldn't shoot a video. But anyways, so we don't have a recap to do for this week, for last week. Although if you go on the social media handles, you'll see the trades we covered last week. You'll see some students work, how the students are doing on the page. Feel free to get in on our social media handles, follow us, okay? Send us a message depending on what you want, okay? Let us know what you want us to do as per our videos, as per our courses, all right? So without wasting much time, let's just swing over to the chat and see what we've got for this week. This week looks really, really enticing, though, so please don't miss out on the money this week. All right, so this week we're going to start off with the news fundamentals for this week. Let's see what we got for this week. Monday, we don't have any no strong news for Monday. We should be keeping an eye on. Nothing really eye-catching for Monday. Tuesday, we've got the pound. We've got the pound news on Tuesday, 6. So now I'm using my times on GMT here. So make sure you always switch to your time zone up here. Now, if you're using investing.com, click on this and pick your time zones. Okay, so you don't use, because I've got a complaint from 2 students before saying they missed the time, they didn't see the news coming out. So make sure you click on here and pick your time zone so you get the accurate time. On Tuesday, we've got a news by 6 in the morning GMT. Pound news. Wonderful. We have, okay, Tuesday is full of pound news. All right, so we'll keep an eye on pound for this week too. Okay, that's that. On Tuesday, then we have 12:30. We have USD CPI. Okay, so for Tuesday we've got the pound and the USD. On Wednesday we've got JPY. Okay, we've got news on JPY. We've got pound news again, CPI on Wednesday. Okay, so this week it looks like we're gonna have a look at a lot of pound pairs. Now we've got a news on CAD too, 12:30. So CAD 12:30, we got CAD again for 2 o'clock. Alright, CAD news, CPI. We got BOC monetary policy report. Wow, we have interest rate on Wednesday. Okay, so this is a very serious news, interest rate decision, so keep an eye on your trades, CAD related trades on Wednesday around 2 o'clock GMT. Now 2:30 we got crude oil inventory. We got CAD news on Wednesday. Is very, very occupied with CAD news, so keep an eye on CAD for Wednesday. We've got serious CAD news releases on Wednesday, so keep an eye on that. Thursday we have AUD employment change. All right, employment news coming up for AUD, that's important. Okay. We got pound news too on Thursday. So this week is highly populated with pound news. This week is highly populated with pound news. So we got Euro news on Thursday too. Okay, we have interest rate on Euro this week. Looks like a good week to us. All right. We got Euro USD on Thursday. We got pound news, Euro news, AUD on Thursday. So this week is released. We have a lot of major news releases this week. So it's good. Friday too, we have CPI for Euro. Okay, so keep an eye on all these pairs. Now, let's go over to the chart. I normally like to start with the XY. Let's just go over to the XY. The XY. Okay. Now we see the XY is still trading within this zone. Okay, still trading. We pushed all the way high here, rejected from here. Now we're still trading within this range on the weekly. Look properly, the XY is still trading within this range on the weekly. So technically what I would want to see, okay, I want to see a break above this level. We're still in a downtrend overall on this, but we're trading in this zone. Now we've come into this level of bottom of the range. Now I could be looking for this to push back higher. So I will keep an eye on that. All right. How would I approach this trade? I would probably wait for, if I see a break and retest of this, then to buy back up here. Because you see, if you know how to trade the range bound market, you would know why I'm looking at that approach to this. So a break above this, retest, then we get that push back to this highs. Okay. Now you know what that's going to do on. Well, if we're looking for a buy on the XY, you know for sure we're looking for a sell on the Euro USD. So I'm just going to cover the Euro USD, the Pound USD, and a few other pairs. Now let's tick off everything. Weekly, we still, if you notice this and the Euro and the DXY, they almost have the same, almost got the same look. Okay, look at this. Look at the DXY. What's the DXY? Weekly. Alright. See, almost got the same look. Inverse of each other. So you see, we're trading in that consolidation zone. The Euro is doing the same thing. Trading in this consolidation zone. So it's just a mirror of each other. And okay, so if I'm looking for a buy on that, I'm definitely looking for a sell on this. So I'll keep an eye. So we have this level. Price has been rejecting for quite some time. And just that. Now we have a support level here. So I think we got 1 to 100 level. Okay. Some might draw this. We could also draw this. So let's keep an eye and see if this plays out. So if I'm looking for a buy on, the US DXY. You know I'm definitely looking for a sell on this. So let's see if we get this happen. If we get a strong candle rejection already we had this rejection close from here. Also keep an eye on this level. You can see we have some form of resistance level around here. Okay, so we've got a rejection from there. Let me take this off so it doesn't get too messy. We've got some form of rejection level, rejection candle from here. So we could see this push back lower. But how would I approach this? Now the candle has already shown us that okay, this could push back lower. So market could just open and start pushing back lower. Or I would wait if I see this going up, I would want to see a break above this level. A break above this, a retest. Okay, before that push back to this high. So I'll keep an eye on what happens. Okay, pound USD. Let's go back to watch this. Pound USD. Let's see. Last week I told you guys I was long on this, the pound pairs. Not last week, sorry, the upper week. I said I was long on the pound pairs. And if you notice, you see how this plays out. It's played out perfectly. So currently I'm expecting pound has come into a level of resistance. I would be expecting some form of sell-off. Just a short sell-off here. Okay. We've come to this level of resistance. So I'm expecting some form of short sell-off on the pound USD. Okay. Hello, good afternoon, sir. Okay, so pound USD, we've come into this level of resistance. I'm going to keep an eye on and see what price does at that level. I'm going to keep an eye and see what price does at this level. I would technically want to see a break below. Break, retest. Remember I'm looking for a pushback lower. But we should also keep in mind we have a lot of pound news coming up, so that could give some strength to the pound to push higher. Because like I told you, I'm bullish on the pound. I've been bullish on the pound for quite almost 2 weeks now. Okay, if you've watched our previous videos, I was calling bulls on the pound for over two weeks now. So for me to take a sell on this, I would want to see the break and retest confirmation before I jump in and sell. Other than that, I still think the pound could be strong. At least the first few days of this week could see a pushback up into these levels. Before, if we get that fall, we get the fall, but I'll keep an eye on this. Alright, let's jump on gold. Gold, we finally did hit 1800, and yeah, for those who haven't seen, we had a call from this level a few weeks back. We took a sell buy from this level, we took an entry from this level, and we finally did hit 1800. We've been calling 1800 for quite some time on gold. Okay, if you watch our videos from the onset when we shot the first video, you'd see you'd see that, okay, we've been actually calling this for over a while. All right, and we finally did hit that and even passed above that. Now, what am I looking on gold now? All those who held, congratulations. I'm sure you made good money. So my team here at PTV, we've been holding this from here. Students have been getting on different entries too. All right. Now, let's look at what might happen this week. So let's see gold weekly. Gold weekly is a strong uptrend. Okay, we're riding a strong uptrend. Remember, the trend is your friend, and we never trade against the trend. I mean, I don't know, some people might do it, but here at PTB, the trend is our friend, and our students always trade along with the trend. So currently, the trend is telling us we up. So we're just going to ride that. Ride the wave. So on gold, we're still on a buy of gold. Now, for this buy to be invalidated, for us to invalidate our buyers on gold, okay, we would want to see I would technically want to see a break below this level. I would want to see a break below this level. So we get price to do this. Break, retest. Okay. And we'll look to enter. Most likely to here. After, if this is broken, next level. Okay. Now this trend has been really exhausted, like, so we could see that because we have been in an uptrend for quite some time, so we could see that. But I mean, I always trade along with the trend. All right. Now, we're sitting in this pocket, to take a buy on this, I would want to see, now this, if we see a push down into this level, a rejection, then I'll look to take a buy. If not, if we see a break, I told you guys what to do. See a break, you guys know what to do. All right, that's gold, US 30, then we'll cover oil, and that we're done for today. Oh, sorry, let's just go over a few pound JPY, pound NZ. Go over that for now. So let's look at what the pound is coming up this week. So the pound, like I told you guys, I'm still bullish on this. Pound JPY, still bullish on this. Let's see. Okay, I'm still bullish on this, on the pound JPY. I'll be keeping an eye on what happens here. We've come into a level of resistance on the pound. Come to this level of resistance. So this would be a good level to keep an eye on. This is a good level to keep an eye on. That would be a good level to keep an eye on. So how would I approach this trade? Now, I technically want to see, this would have been the perfect entry on this after, because you see, we had this, we came back into this level, So you see, we're creating an uptrend pattern, higher highs and higher lows. All right, so we've come into this zone, rejected from that zone. For this to continue, I want to see pound, if not in this trade already, I would advise, now if you get an entry off the lower time frame, okay, you get an entry off this lower time frame, okay, you could look for reversals around that, okay. If you see price come back here, give you a reversal, then you can look to buy all the way back into the zone. That would be my best entry. So I'll look for price to push either somewhere. I'm just using this trend line to price could push, but we have a level of support here. So we could see price push back here, reject from here, give us a reversal candle, then look to take a buy all the way back up. Or price could push back here, remember reject from here, push back up. But I'll lean towards more towards somewhere close by this level before I push back up. Okay. I might lean towards that, into this zone. Check this out. So let's keep an eye on that. I'll keep an eye on this. Let's see what happens. Pound, GPY, pound NZD. What's the pound NZD? Okay, pound NZD, you can see we took a buy last week for our students. When this buy already, weekly close this. Our students know what kind of this is, and they know exactly what's this gonna happen. What's gonna happen here? So we're looking to buy this back up at least to this level. Now, if we see this break retest, then this could be a very good uptrend setting up. This could be a very good uptrend setting up. Break retest, we head to this level. We see this break retest too, then voila, off we go. So I'm keeping an eye on this as well. Keeping an eye on this as well. Going far. Alright, so you can see we're already up in peep. I'm over. What's my peep to? Currently we're just 37 pips, but this moved all the way up 70 pips, so we're already in profit. So we're just gonna ride this. Now I want to see a rejection from this level. I want to see this candle reject from this level to take another buy. Alright, for another entry on this for a push back up. That's pound NZD. Pound AUD, we're in the buy already. So price came here, gave us a double bottom. Let's go and see in the higher time frame. See, price came in here, gave us a double bottom. Now rejected from a strong level of support. I mean, this was textbook trading. Now you see that weekly level, you had this candle rejection, which you will have given you a signal that okay, price is going to reject. Okay, we've gotten this evening star pattern forming now. All right, so yeah, we know the next thing is going to happen. Now we got into this trade a bit late though. We didn't see it from this. Some of my students took it from here, but I actually saw it late because I had a lot of meetings last week and I couldn't keep tabs of everything at once. But some of our students took this. But where I still entered from, I got over 133 pips already in profit. for just 30 pip risk. So, and this is still going to push higher. I'm still looking at this pushing higher. So this was a good trade. This was a good trade. If you're not in on this already, I would say watch out for a push, maybe back lower, maybe, or rejection from this level to take another buy. Okay, rejections from this level to take another buy. All right. Rejections from this level to take another buy. Okay. Let's try and adjust this. See which is the perfect. Okay, all right. So we could use this. We could use this. Now I can take this off. Take that off. Take this off. I like keeping my chart as clean as possible. I love keeping my charts as clean as possible. Okay. Alright, so that's the play I'll be looking out for on pound. The USD is almost playing. This US is I told you guys we want to start doing some exotic pairs, covering some exotic pairs. So kindly let us know if you want us to cover exotic pairs on this channel. If you do trade exotic pairs, let us know, because I don't advise exotic pairs for a lot of people, so that's why I don't cover it much. But yeah, we do trade exotic pairs. Now oil I still have from a previous video. I was still looking at oil pushing to 44 level, pushing to a 44 level. So I'll be looking, although we had this drop because we came into this level, but you see we quickly bounced back up. Oil quickly bounced back up. So that's signaling to me that okay, we still have a lot of buyers in the market. So how would I take this? How would I approach this trade? Currently, I won't take a buy from here. I would technically want to see price break above this level. Break. Let me come back to retest this. Rejection. Then I look to take a buy. So my final target for oil for now will be 44 level. 44 level. Okay, sorry about that. Final target for oil will be 44 level. Alright, so guys, that will be all for now. If you have any other videos or any other pairs, please endeavor to send us a message on our social media platforms, which will be in the description of this video. Okay, now also, if you have any other topics you want us to cover, feel free to shoot us a message on any of our social media platforms or leave a comment in the comment section, and we'll do our best to cover and get back to everyone as soon as possible. Do have a great trading week. Thank you. Alright, so that will be all for now. We've covered a lot of most of the pairs requested by our students. Now, if you want us to cover or look into any other pair, kindly send us a message on any of our social media handles. Drop your message in the comment section, okay? we would look over the charts for subsequent weeks. Now we also spoke about exotic pairs. We trade a lot of exotic pairs here at PTV. Now, if you into exotic pairs and you would love us to cover exotic pairs on our channels too, please kindly leave us a message or comment in the comment section. Our details and handles will be down below in this video. Thank you, and you'll have a lovely trading week.